Buddhism did not begin as a religion in the conventional sense. It began as an inquiry, a deep and relentless questioning of human existence. More than 2,500 years ago, in the ancient plains of northern India, one individual's search to understand suffering transformed the spiritual landscape of the world. Buddhism emerged not from divine command or blind faith, but from observation, experience, and insight. It asks not what should I believe, but what is actually happening in my life, and how can suffering end? What makes Buddhism endure across centuries and cultures is its clarity. It speaks directly to universal human experiences: pain, desire, fear, love, loss, and the longing for peace. Its teachings are practical, psychological, and deeply compassionate. This is the story of how Buddhism began, what it teaches, and why its message remains powerfully relevant today. The historical Buddha, Siddhartha Gautama, was born in the 6th century BCE into a world shaped by ritual, hierarchy, and philosophical debate. Society was organized around rigid social classes, and religious life centered on elaborate sacrifices meant to please gods and secure prosperity. Spiritual authority rested with priests, and liberation was believed to come through rituals performed correctly and faithfully. At the same time, dissatisfaction with these traditions was growing. Many people felt that rituals did not address the deeper problem of human suffering. Why did people grow old? Why did illness strike without warning? Why was death unavoidable? And why, despite wealth and power, did anxiety persist? It was within this environment of questioning that Siddhartha Gautama began his own search for answers, not as a rebel, but as a careful observer of life. Siddhartha Gautama was raised in luxury, protected from hardship, yet encounters with aging, sickness, and death shattered the illusion that comfort could provide lasting security. These experiences were not philosophical puzzles. They were undeniable facts of life. Rather than turning away from these realities, Siddhartha turned toward them. He made the radical decision to leave behind status, wealth, and family life in order to understand suffering at its root. This moment, known as the Great Renunciation, marks the beginning of Buddhism. Importantly, this was not an escape from responsibility, but a confrontation with truth. Siddhartha recognized that temporary pleasures could not shield anyone from impermanence. If a solution existed, it had to address life as it truly is. For several years, Siddhartha studied under renowned teachers and mastered advanced meditation techniques. These practices brought states of deep concentration and tranquility, yet they did not eliminate suffering permanently. Peace would arise during meditation, only to dissolve afterward. He then pursued extreme asceticism, believing that severe self-denial might destroy desire itself. He fasted, endured physical pain, and pushed his body to the edge of collapse. Instead of awakening, he found only weakness. This realization became one of the most important insights in Buddhism. Neither indulgence nor self-torture leads to liberation. Truth lies in balance. From this understanding emerged the middle way, a path that avoids extremes and works with the mind as it is. Sitting in deep meditation beneath a fig tree in Bodh Gaya, Siddhartha resolved not to rise until he understood the nature of suffering and freedom. What followed was not a mystical revelation bestowed from outside, but a profound clarity that unfolded from sustained awareness. He observed how suffering arises, how desire fuels it, and how the sense of a fixed, permanent self creates endless dissatisfaction. When craving ceased, suffering ceased with it. At dawn, Siddhartha Gautama awakened. He became the Buddha, the awakened one. This awakening was not supernatural. It was insight into reality as it is. The Buddha's first teaching laid out the foundation of Buddhism in clear, direct terms. The first noble truth states that suffering exists. This includes obvious pain, but also dissatisfaction, anxiety, and the subtle unease that accompanies change. The second noble truth identifies the cause of suffering: craving. This craving includes desire for pleasure, fear of loss, and attachment to identity. The third noble truth offers hope: suffering can end. Liberation is possible, not through belief, but through understanding. The fourth noble truth describes the path to the end of suffering: the Noble Eightfold Path. The Eightfold Path is not a linear staircase, but an interconnected way of living wisely and ethically. It includes right understanding, right intention, right speech, right action, right livelihood, right effort, right mindfulness, and right concentration. Together, these practices cultivate ethical conduct, mental discipline, and wisdom. Buddhism emphasizes that insight grows from lived experience. One does not wait to become perfect before practicing. Practice itself brings transformation. 3 insights lie at the heart of Buddhist philosophy. Impermanence teaches that all things change. Clinging to what must change leads to suffering. Suffering reveals that even pleasant experiences cannot satisfy permanently. Non-self challenges the idea of a fixed identity. What we call self is a process, constantly shifting thoughts, feelings, and perceptions. These insights are not meant to provoke despair, but freedom. When nothing is owned, nothing can be lost. Buddhism places compassion at the center of awakening. Understanding suffering naturally leads to kindness. Ethical behavior is not imposed by commandment, but arises from clarity. The Buddha taught nonviolence, honesty, generosity, and mindful living. Liberation is not separate from the world. It expresses itself through how one speaks, acts, and relates to others. After his awakening, the Buddha taught for over 40 years, traveling widely and speaking to people from all walks of life. After his death, his teachings were preserved orally, then written down, and eventually spread across Asia. As Buddhism traveled, it adapted. The Theravada emphasized monastic discipline, Mahayana highlighted compassion and the Bodhisattva ideal, and Vajrayana incorporated ritual and symbolism. Despite differences, all shared the same core insight: freedom from suffering is possible. Today, Buddhism is practiced by millions worldwide. Its meditation practices are studied scientifically for their benefits to mental health. Its teachings influence psychology, education, and philosophy. Yet Buddhism remains what it has always been: a path of awareness. It does not demand conversion, only investigation. It asks individuals to look deeply, observe honestly, and let go wisely. Buddhism does not offer salvation through belief, but liberation through understanding. Its message is simple yet profound. Suffering has a cause, and that cause can be undone. More than a historical tradition, Buddhism is a living inquiry, one that continues wherever a person pauses, observes their own mind, and chooses awareness over habit. In this way, the journey that began over 2 millennia ago continues, moment by moment, in the quiet space between breath and thought.